All right, welcome in everybody. Just wanted to say appreciate you guys watching. We are doing a dual watch party tonight. Doing a little college hoops, as I can tell. I can get the games pulled up. Got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Um, that's kind of where we stand at the moment. But if you're new here, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. We got Arkansas. What's that in 4K? Arkansas and Florida going tonight. And then we have Ole Miss Auburn tonight. If I can get the TV situation figured out. Where you at, Ole Miss? But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Also, in a few, we're going to open up the phone lines. That's softball, baseball, men's basketball. There we go. I'm also trying to get everything. Trying to get everything situated. Also, Ole Miss wearing the powder tonight. Florida, Arkansas getting ready to tip off. Gonna open the phone lines here in a few, but as I do with the hat that I have on, Williams Auto Parts is joined in, allowing me to use their logo. So Williams Auto Parts, located in Portland on 127 South Detroit Avenue. If you would like an alternator, you need a wheel for your truck, you need an engine, anything of that sort, give Rocky, give Heath a call down there at Williams Auto Parts. They've been in business since 1951, people. You don't be in business that long without knowing what you're doing. 4 generations, family owned, great friends of mine. And if you want to do us the biggest favor, support our sponsors. That does more than us. And tell them Andre Duke sent you. Tell them you've seen this show or seen this ad on the podcast, and give them a call. And their number is 260-726-8001. Also, you can find them on Instagram, Facebook, the major hitters for social media platforms. So there's kind of that. So that's kind of that. But we got a pretty decent crowd in here. Florida coming out, missed a few shots. We got Ole Miss and Auburn up tempo. There's a lot of action going on tonight. Also, here in a few, we'll open up the phone lines. I appreciate everybody who has joined in. Auburn comes in tonight with a record of 15-13, 6-9 in SEC play. Ole Miss 11-17, 3-12 in the league. You have two teams. Auburn is fighting to go to the tournament. You have Florida and Arkansas playing for seeding. Looks like a packed house down there at Florida. Auburn also got a packed house. Can the Rebels do the unthinkable tonight? That's a big one right there. Ole Miss hits a 3. They got the powder on the road. This is big stuff. Although I am a basketball uniform guy. I do like Florida's suits tonight. Unbelievable. Pretty good suit that the Gators got on. But I don't know, because of the contrasting of the games, we'll probably Auburn answers back. So it's going to be, I think, the Ole Miss Auburn game is going to be about game flow. I think the Arkansas Florida game is a Sweet 16 / Elite 8 game going into it. So I know with the news cycle, if you guys are looking for an escape, want to get away from what's going on in the world and just hang out and talk some ball, this is the spot. Normally we do college football on the program, but I've decided to throw the hat in the ring for the college basketball as well. See, that's the thing. When it comes to Florida, a lot of people want to bring up their shooting stats, but they are animals on the glass. We'll probably hit a we'll probably hit the phone lines open in the second half, do like a mid-game how do I want to put this? Like a mid-game post-game show. But both these games so far, they are in it. I think on the Ole Miss side of things, a lot of these guys at the end of the year here, seeing how they're probably, barring something crazy in Nashville, not going to make the tournament. But oh, what's up, Joe? We got hoops on tonight, a hoops watch party. Let's see what we got here. Get it back going, Florida. It's going to be a hard charger. Ole Miss is playing hard tonight. The Rebels are getting after it pretty good. Yeah, Joe, we just started. We'll be on for, I think we'll be on for the entirety of the games, maybe a little post-game action. I got Arkansas, Florida on TV1, Ole Miss, Auburn TV2. Ole Miss shooting 4 or 5 from 3 here early. So, going to be I think both these games are going to be contentious tonight. Auburn playing for a lot, obviously. And Arkansas, Florida playing for seeding. So that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's new here. If you do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Auburn, Ole Miss, they are at a TV timeout. That's kind of what we got going here. Let's see. Trying to get the stream reposted. Let's grab a couple of these. The Johnnies are on Fox versus Villanova. Gotcha. That's a big game, really, in the Big East. No. See how the whistles shake out tonight. Going to be a lot of folks very contentious on that. Got that. Just trying to get some stuff figured out here. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at here. Especially in the 4K version. When you got the 4K going up, I guess I'll hit the home and see if I can use the YouTube TV and go multi-box here. I'll throw the Johnnies on. If it'll let me watch, I'll build a four team multi-box. If I can get it. Well, Villanova down 22-6, 35-17 to Patino. We'll add Baylor, UCF. Ole Miss. Got the Rebels back in the mix. We'll go 3 there. Ooh, Villanova taking it down. Yeah, in the second half, we'll open up the phone lines. What all do we got? Also, other scores, Creighton going down to Providence. So that's kind of where we're at. Appreciate everybody. Phone lines will be open in the second half. We got a ton of stuff going on. Iowa State loses today. Texas wins outright over A&M. A&M just cannot get over the hump when it comes to Texas. Commercial break pretty much across the platforms here. TV timeout. Florida coming back. Ole Miss. Got a lot of action on for this evening. Let's go here. Yeah, so
the Suns.
Ooh. That was something that I posted earlier. Get rid of that. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Get back to the action. So, St. John's, Villanova, this is looking rough. Florida, Arkansas in the dogfight. And I also got Baylor, UCF. Also, I got room for one other game. If you guys got any other game suggestions I should throw on. I think I'm seeing Gonzaga versus Portland's women's. I don't know if I'll be able to get that, Joe. Because sometimes it's a little wacky with the coverage out my way. Arkansas and the 1. Ooh. We'll have to see. I do have a bet on the Baylor game. Oh, wow. It's exploding there down there on the plains. So Arkansas, Kentucky. Todd Golding. They're calling it ESPN Union. Let me see, Joe. Let me see if I can get that fitted in the old multi-box. Actually, yeah, I can. So I got 4 games on right now. Gonzaga down to Portland State. That's fascinating. Man, Arkansas is just so athletic. Ole Miss. Ole Miss with a 6-point lead. All right. We'll see where this whole deal shakes out. Ooh. Florida, the shot selection's kind of been subpar. Same thing with Auburn and Ole Miss. They just been chunking it up. Also, I will have to say that Portland State court, nice. Oh, North Carolina's on? I'll have to redo the multi-box. Sorry, Portland State, Gonzaga. I'll have to. You guys are getting cut for North Carolina, Virginia Tech. Uh-oh, Stephen Pearl's all fired up. Yeah, I'll watch that Florida Arc for a while. Yeah, I think this is the game of the night. Although the Razorbacks got great uniforms, I think it's a good color contrast. Ole Miss just can't buy a bucket. The Florida fans got the hard hats on. North Carolina, they need a convincing win, I think, tonight. Okay. See if Ole Miss can answer back. Coach Cal in the plaid. Like the shade of blue Florida has. Yeah, Florida, I think Florida's got great uniforms on tonight. Also, I am a sucker for the Ole Miss powder. They just can't buy a basket. Ole Miss can't tonight. It's like a lid on it. Even though they're in home white. Oh, yeah, I like the home white. There's very few. Ooh, drive to the basket there. That's a big one. Awesome. It's supposed to snow tonight. This ought to be fun. Yeah, Ole Miss powder and UCLA blue. Oh yeah, UCLA blue with the gold lettering. That's an iconic uniform. Villanova, not looking good. Not looking good for the Cats. Also, Joe, I took Baylor plus 2.5 at UCF tonight. Second half, we'll get the phone lines opened up as well. Another TV timeout. Ooh, they didn't call the jump in foul on that in the Ole Miss game. They're letting them play down there on the plains. That's for sure. It's getting contentious down there. But I'll say for a team that's 11-17, Ole Miss is playing hard. I will say that much. Let's see. Just looking at some other stuff here. Ooh, I'll have to listen to that later. It's always funny to hear the USC fans rag on UCLA's colors, and UCLA looks like a McDonald's sponsor. Ooh, Joe, cutting the Trojans deep there. Although I think the one thing I think the UCLA, or not UCLA, but USC would do good is I think one time they should wear mustard pants, or not mustard pants, white pants with a black jersey. Jab, jab, jab. Yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, got all kinds of hoops action. Yeah, I can't believe Creighton lost to Providence today. All right, here we go. I think the Rebels will be okay as long as they don't turn it over a ton. Oh wow. What are they calling that? They calling that a goaltend? Yeah, that's an interesting ordeal. Probably when the second half start for both games, I'll open up the phone lines and we'll talk it out. Baylor up 7, North Carolina in a dogfight. St. John's is bludgeoning the Wildcats, and Cal and Florida are in a nip tuck game. Although I do like Cal's blazer. I am glad that Cal still dresses. All the Arkansas coaches, they don't have ties on, but at least they have sport jackets. Patino, the old school guys, still wearing the suits. I do like that. Hey, they left the rivalry. They were up and gone in a flash to the Big Ten. Now they want to blame ND for not continuing the rivalry, destroying the Pac 2, Pac 12. Yeah, I hear you on that, Joe. I mean, UCLA, or not UCLA, but USC did it to themselves. They destroyed the conference, but also you have to remember inside of that conference, you had teams straight up not investing in football and they were just collecting a check. They weren't serious football operations. I think Oregon State fell apart when Mike Riley left. I'll still never understand the Nebraska move on his part. Oh, wow. That was a hell of a move to the basket. A lot of people at commercial. St. John's up 28. Now they want to whine about the trap. Hey, USC, you can't collect the check and then bitch about the check. It's like having a job that you hate. You complain about, ooh, that was an ugly shot. You complain about the job you hate, whether it's emptying septic tanks or what. I'm not denigrating any of those people, but that's a shitty job. And ND travels all over. But Notre Dame has played it. They've always played a national schedule. That's something that Rockney put in the 30s. You know, they were traveling by train all the way out to the West Coast. They were traveling everywhere. But that's one of the things that makes Notre Dame unique. Now, Notre Dame needs an overhaul in hoops. I will say that much. They need a overhaul on the basketball side of things because it is not jiving. Let's see here. Trying to get some of this stuff going. Strawberry sucks. I hear you, Joe. All right. Ole Miss, Auburn storms back. See if the Rebels can grab a bucket here. Yeah, they do. I think that's going to be the big thing. The big key for tonight for Ole Miss is can they get the buckets they need to get at the opportune times that they need to get them? As I'm looking at it, let's see here. Get some of this stuff out of the way. All right. Florida at commercial, Auburn at the line. St. John's gives it an old Hevo. They're going to halftime. We'll have a lot of um, uh, I'm just looking at some stuff here. as I'm looking at some stuff here. Auburn, Ole Miss knotted up. How do I got to get some of this stuff in my trash can. All right. So Florida and Arkansas, Virginia Tech up 18-10, not bad. A little ahead right now. Auburn trying to take the lead. North Carolina is 22-6. Yeah. All right. Arkansas denied. All right. Let's see if the Rebels can do something here. They're down a point going. Just can't quite finish at the cup. They're playing for the runner-up, right? What you mean, Joe? Or not Joe, but Dave? Coach Cal is pissed right now. As we're getting into this. Dave, when I open up the phone lines, I hope you call. I'd really like to talk to you, Dave. You're out there on the West Coast with Joe. Okay, A-Cuff. Yeah, he's going to be an NBA guy. Yeah. Michigan is winning everything. Oh, Dave. When I open the phone lines, I hope you call. I really do. Cuz I'd really like to talk to you, Dave. I guess, Dave, where are you standing on the LaTroy Lewis deal that came out? That's kind of where I'm standing. Auburn on a 9-0 run. Looks like it could be getting away from Ole Miss here. Oh boy. Arkansas coming back to the cup. That's a heck of a score right there. North Carolina takes the lead on Virginia Tech. Baylor up 10. Dave, hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate everybody. Also, if you're new here, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Yeah. Yeah, it's ooh, wow. Florida getting after it. No idea, haven't read or heard or looked into it. Yeah. Dave, you should just do a quick Google search and read the Twitter article. Ooh. All right, Florida at the TV timeout. Ole Miss is at a TV timeout as well at the under 4. They are getting pumped. The student section is rocking at Florida. They're up 11. St. John's up big as well. Going to be a party in Gainesville tonight. Virginia Tech down 5. Todd Golding being one of the younger coaches in the league, having a ton of success. Also, it's almost girls' state finals in basketball today in the state of Indiana, and then sectional for the boys starts, I believe, Tuesday. That's a good shot. Todd Golding pissed. I will say these basketball watch parties, wow. The pace of play and how they move this thing along, unbelievable. We could have this whole thing wrapped up within 2 hours. Florida's bigs are unbelievable. Also, if you're new here, do us the biggest favor and hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. Wow. Looking at it. So we'll see. Florida projected a 2, Alabama a 4. It's going to be tough if Auburn doesn't close this one out. I will say that much. Florida 22-7, Arkansas 21-7. Yeah, there's a disparity there. I ain't gonna lie to you, Dave. Or not Dave, but Joe. Ole Miss down 28-31. UCF coming out trying to trap Baylor. That's about to go to halftime. I'm hoping the games are. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh yeah, as I'm looking. I gotta watch some combine stuff today or tonight. Getting tuned with that. Just looking at some other stuff. Seeing how it's going. Second half, we'll open up the phone lines so we can hear from you guys. Just hanging out. All the Big Ten big games tomorrow are on Sunday afternoon, which I get it for CBS, that 3:30 slot on Sunday afternoons in Elite. an elite time slot. I heard Indy's running back Jadadeon Price and Jeremiah Love showing well today. Yeah, I gotta watch, Dave. I had to take a nap. Kansas got boat raced by Arizona today. What happened in the Texas Tech? Uh-oh. Auburn's starting to pull away here in the closing minutes of the first half here. Ole Miss needs a score badly. Can the Rebels get off the mat is, I guess, the big thing. Senior day in UConn. All right. Oh, Florida just out. I'm telling you, I think Florida wins it all. I think Michigan's good, but I don't think they're as good as Florida. Here comes Auburn. A minute left in that. What do we have? Man, Florida, they're dishing at the. Florida's elite in the fast break. They're going to be tough to stop. Ooh. Auburn just missing, or not Auburn, Arkansas missing a bunny at the cup. Gotta finish, guys. But I think the thing with Florida is that they, the elite ball movement. Step back. Ooh. Would have been a heck of a hit. Ole Miss down 3. They pick up another bucket. Arkansas getting to the cup as well. So Arkansas not playing dead. Auburn keeps jacking threes, which I don't get that. They should just dribble drive and dish to get some better looks. Just my opinion. All right. Rebels down a point. 45 seconds left. Here come the Rebels. Going to be interesting to say the least, but Florida just, wow, they're overwhelming. And it's not because I have a Florida jacket on. Lakers Warriors on ABC second quarter. Yeah. Another one at the basket. Florida's going to run away with this. Oh, wow. Get it out of there. Work that 2-man. Ooh. Not a high percentage 3 there, but Auburn throws it away. Ole Miss has got one last shot at it. Ole Miss could steal the lead going into the break. Wow. Florida just overwhelming Arkansas at the rim. Arkansas not protecting the rim. This last 4 minutes, I think, will tell you a lot about Florida. If they put their foot on the neck of Arkansas and run this thing out of contention. Ole Miss up. Ooh, Ole Miss going into halftime 38-37 over Auburn. So there's kind of that. Probably when the Florida game comes back from halftime, that's probably when we'll open up the phone lines. Or if there's a contingent of people that want to call, we will get to you. I can't believe Cal and the fellas it is just turnover after turnover, then Florida fast break. Yep, goaltend. There's another 2 points. Hey, Richmond the third, hell of an effort, kid. I will say that much. Oof. Ole Miss shooting 16 of 27, 5 of 11 from 3. Arkansas. Auburn 14 of 26. Going to be Arkansas ball again. Ooh. Florida won 8 straight games. Let's see if I can fix this brightness. If I can turn the brightness up, that would be much appreciated. Brightness. All right, I guess it's turned up as high as it'll go. That's turned up as high as it'll go. Maybe that'll help it out. We'll just leave it there. It's just going to be what it's going to be. St. John's back at it. They got a huge lead. Kentucky taking it to Vandy today. I'm sure the Mark Pope folks are happy about that. All right. Get that going. See what we have here. Auburn, Ole Miss at the break. Florida TV timeout. I'll be real curious on how Florida comes out of this media timeout. If they come out still guns a-blazing and relentless, it's going to be bad for Arkansas. But I think Vegas was right whenever they set this at 10 points. That's going to be kind of what it's going to be, to be honest. I don't know if we'll take a full-on break or not. Because I would say Auburn, Ole Miss will be back by the time Florida goes to halftime. If I was a gambling man. Lakers all over the Warriors. All right, Florida's back. Houston destroys Colorado. Ah. Adam Silver in attendance at the Duke game. That's interesting. Virginia Tech now has the lead over North Carolina. Oh, wow. What a game winning shot in the Missouri Valley or in the Valley Conference. Evansville. Wow. Mississippi State got it taken to them by Missouri today. Arkansas gets a basket. Big East tournament starts March 11th. Up next, Gonzaga, St. Mary's. Florida kind of just pulling away here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Florida's coming out guns blazing. This might be over before you know it. Coast to coast. Largest lead of the game for Florida. They're up 19. Arkansas timeout. Georgia had a pretty good crowd this afternoon. Ooh, wow. What a dunk. Georgia just putting it on. Yeah, there's all kinds of highlights. Georgia wins big, 87-68 over South Carolina. I think the Dogs pretty much have punched their ticket. Watching some of the highlights from Oklahoma, LSU, uninspiring LSU. I think they've LSU 3-12 in league play. Oklahoma 4-11. So we'll see. St. John's up 22 in the second half. I would say Patino soon will probably start emptying his bench. Also, we're going to be doing stuff for March Madness as well. Blocked by the backboard. Arkansas is in disarray. Be a big win for Virginia Tech program-wise. Also got the WBC coming up. Be interested. Oh, Friday. Team USA plays Friday. Big 3 by UNC right there. Arkansas back at it. Denied. Just not going well for Cal and the Hogs tonight. Yeah, it's see. Uh-oh. Florida 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Florida just attacks you when they have the ball, and especially on defense, just the active hands. They're going to call this a goaltend. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Ooh. Are they going to review that? Okay. Not a lot going on right now. Florida got a minute 41 left. They're up 51-29. On with the headsets. So we'll see what they got going. Second half, we'll open up the phone lines. Ole Miss thinking about they're about ready to come out of the break. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one because you can make the argument either way. For whether it was a goaltend or not. Baylor, UCF coming back out. Virginia Tech going to looks like they may go into half with a 1-point lead. North Carolina faithful are not going to like that. Oh, the game day folks are getting all ready. Jay Williams, Jay Billis. Have to see here. What is UCF gonna? It looks like they're gonna come out with some fight. Call overturned. Wow. Oh no, Baylor might be in some trouble here early. Also noon tomorrow, F1. Hmm. Interesting. They got all kinds of people at the St. John's game wearing white suits. Florida up 21 on Arkansas right now. We'll open the phone lines when Florida Arkansas comes back from halftime. Wow. Very, very interesting stuff. Ole Miss Auburn. Ooh, excuse me. They are back. So we'll see here. St. John's still crushing Villanova. A lot going on down in the post. Ooh. Oh wow. Called that a foul. Oof. They've had the whistle in their pocket pretty much the entire game, and now it comes out. Oof. I think that was all ball, my friends. We'll see here. Ball doesn't lie. We shall see. Oh, guess it was a foul. He hit the first. On the Ole Miss Auburn game, I think Perkins has got to get going for Ole Miss. Just gotta do that. Uh, in and out for the Rebs. Jump ball. Arkansas gets another quick basket. In and out. Arkansas's got one shot at it. Ooh. Arkansas had a shot at it to put a basket in. Auburn takes a 2-point lead. I guess we'll be able to focus in on Auburn until Florida comes back. All right, Auburn, bang. Auburn building a lead here. Going to see how Beard and the Rebels respond. Oh, offensive rebound. See what the Rebels can do here. Ole Miss has gone cold from beyond the arc. Pettiford. Yeah, that was good execution on Auburn's part. Everybody clearing out at halftime for Florida. Starting to slip away for the Rebels. Still a lot of time left. You don't know, but (45-38). Stephen Pearl trying to get the crowd into it. Have to see what the Rebels can do here. Just what a beautifully drawn up play. They had a hell of a play, a cut to the basket, and they just couldn't finish at the cup. All right, Baylor getting back at it. Auburn getting an and one. Oh, here we go. All right. What can you do? Ole Miss. They're down 8. They just cannot buy a basket right now. They're getting to the rim. It's just not falling. Well, that helps. Hey, there you go. Rebs on the board. Baylor only up 5. Ooh. Stephen Pearl not liking that call. Big East tournament. All right. They calling that goaltending? Ooh, UCF, they are playing They're playing inspired right now. Rebels hit a 3. When Florida Arkansas comes back, I'll open up the phone lines. Ooh, Auburn. I don't know how that's not a travel. Oh. Auburn passed up a good shot there. 8 left on the shot clock. What are you going to do? They call a foul? Wow. That's tough. They got the game day folks on the court at Florida. Auburn Ole Miss media timeout. Late game is Gonzaga, St. Francis. What do we got here? What do we got? St. Mary's. Wonder if I can get in on the Gales with some pretty quick action here. Duquesne playing St. Francis. All right, here we go. Ole Miss media timeout. Gonzaga doesn't start for another hour. Wow. Special K granola. I don't know if I'm in on that. Alabama. Oh, ouch. That doesn't feel good. Amon injured. All right. Ole Miss and Auburn coming back. Can Stephen Pearl settle the nerves and get them into a spot to where they can close this thing out? They keep showing that Evansville game winner just dink off the glass. Auburn looking to try to extend their lead to 5. Virginia Tech, North Carolina tied at the half. Central Florida only down 2 to Baylor. Arkansas 34, Florida 53. That game's at half. Auburn extends their lead 51-45. Couple of big possessions coming up here for Baylor. Uh, 6 minutes left in the halftime for Gators, Arkansas. Then we'll open up the phone lines. Rebels got to defend 47. Oh, Baylor right at the cup. They called a foul last minute. Ouch. So there's kind of that. When Florida comes back, I'll open up the phone lines. All right, we'll see here. Ooh, what a bad shot. That's a shot clock violation. What are they reviewing here? Did it hit the rim? Barely. Baylor shooting some freebies. Up 62-58. I have a betting interest in that official review to see if Auburn gets a shot clock violation. Yeah, I think it hit the rim as a second look. Baylor snuffs it out. All right, let's go Bears. There you go. Get the bucket. Ole Miss needs to make some hay here. Oh, no dice. Florida about to come back here soon. All right. Auburn side out of bounds. They get it with a fresh 20. Oh, Ole Miss with active hands. They get the turnover. They calling it and one. All right. Florida, I can see, is making their way back onto the court. Oh, wow. Dang. All right, here we go. Florida taking in some shoot around. Rebs have stormed back. They're down 1. A stop and a score would do wonders. Is he going to take the 3? Oh, called a reach in. Inopportune fouls are, what is it, 3-2 on the foul breakdown ratio. North Carolina up 2. St. John's all over Villanova. They call it travel. God dang it. Come on, Baylor. Seems like the Bears are rattled. Not the greatest year for them in the Big 12. Ole Miss up 2. Another foul. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. Auburn, Blake shooting 2. Minute 46 before they come back. So when Florida and them come back after halftime, phone lines will be open. Oh, missed one. Who's that off of? Ole Miss ball. Auburn not arguing it. All right. 13. The under 12 media timeout is coming. All right. Auburn playing pretty good defense here. Nope. Swatted out. Ball going the other way. Chris Beard pissed, pointing at his arm, said he got hit. What they call moving screen. Ouch. That's not fun for Auburn. Oh, they called a push off. Ooh. 12 minutes left. Rebels got a 1-point lead. Bang. 3 in the corner. Rebels take a 4-point lead. Ooh. Jump ball. Yep. Ole Miss got the possession arrow. Florida 32 points in the paint tonight. Gators back at it. So we'll open up the phone lines here. Let me get everything set up. Ooh. All right. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Let me get the number up for everybody. Bang. Phone number is live. So if you want to call, number to call 260-255-4069. That is the phone number to call. Let me get this. Let me get this link retweeted. Baylor up 5. Florida goes to the line. Ole Miss and Auburn are at the media timeout. I would say it's the under 12. Let's go. Arkansas fans are already getting at it with time to move on. Is that how you feel? Don't think that's really how you feel, but whatever. Oh, man. All right. Here comes Florida. They're up 20. And bang, hits another 3. Unbelievable. Gators just rolling here. Especially going down there to the swamp, it ain't going to be easy. Ole Miss still with a 4-point lead. I wonder when Todd Golding will call off the dogs on Cal. I'll be real curious on that one. Just looking at some stuff here, folks. Hey, Arkansas gets on the board. Florida answers back. All right, phone lines are open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call if you would like to call. All right. So there's kind of that. Also, Joe was in here earlier, said the Lakers are killing the Warriors. All right. Ole Miss still 4-point lead. Oh, wow. What a dunk. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I think Ole Miss has made the last 8 of their last 9. I think the thing to be said here, so we'll see. Also, another foul. That makes it tough. USF down 7. A lot going on. Oh, miss at the line. Auburn misses at the line. So what's the foul split? 5-4. Ole Miss has kind of got to be careful because they're about ready to push them into the bonus. Virginia Tech wearing all black, most black and gray. They're down a point. All right, Florida with it. One more shot at the line. He's missed the first 2. Hits that one. Cal pissed about the officiating. but he got knocked in the head. Wow. USF, they can play above the rim. I think they're going to be dangerous at tournament time. I think they just had a bad day. Oh, another review. UNC takes a 3-point lead. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Also, if you're new here and enjoy the content, do us the biggest favor and hit that like and subscribe button. So there's kind of that. But yeah, the phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Number is on the ticker below. Ole Miss gets another bunny in. So there's kind of that. Oh boy. Oh, we got Gonzaga coming up next. Oh, man. Baylor, just another missed opportunity. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Todd Golding is pissed. So I guess they called a dead ball foul. Baylor gets another bucket. Ole Miss up 9. So they called a dead ball foul after they called a foul. I thought that was a chicken shit move in my opinion, but whatever. That's a gross possession. Ooh. Charge! Wow, that's a big call for the Rebels. Big call for Ole Miss. Stephen Pearl does not like that one. Uh-oh. It's getting contentious. Getting contentious between oh wow. Cal and Todd Golding. Todd Golding just mouthed, I will put that motherfucker on his ass to Coach Cal. Called a double T. Wow, it's getting interesting. What's the spread in the Florida game? I might throw something on that now. After that happened, woo boy. He ain't pulling the dogs off now. Yeah, we're going to have to run that up. Where's the Florida game? 22.5. Yeah, we'll throw a little bit on that. Place it already, would you? There we go. Yeah, Golding's going to run them into the dirt now. What are we looking at here? Oh, yeah. Here's the makeup call. Here comes the makeup call. We got elbows. We're throwing bows here. Florida, Arkansas, contentious. Yep, hit him in the face. This is going to get interesting, to say the least. Also, if you're out there, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. Todd Golding mouthed that he would put Calipari on his ass. This is very contentious here. The St. John's Villanova game can't get over soon enough. I think he's going to leave the dogs in. Todd Golding ain't taking people out, I can tell you that. Here comes Auburn. In and out. That is Rebels basketball. So, monitor, you guys are getting a workout. Flagrant one. Okay. Ole Miss needed that one. Swatted in the air. They get a new shot at life. 7 minutes to go. Rebels up 9. Here comes Florida to the line. Ole Miss, big shot. That's a big tray right there. That is a big one. Can Stephen Pearl and the Tigers dig out of this? Oh, big shot by Auburn. Trading blows. Todd Golding is going to run them into the dirt. All right, it's getting contentious here. Oh, that's a goaltend. I think Florida's going to try to hang a honey bun on them. Auburn storming back. Can the Tigers get it done? Miss Arkansas going the other way. Here come the Rebels. Way not to get that ball tied up, son. Way to keep it alive. Oh, to the basket. There you go. What a hard fought basket. Looked like the kid slipped on the court. Ole Miss. Auburn. Another foul. Florida turns it over, going the other way. Bang. You're down. Cameraman hit with the ball. You're down 23 with a thunderous dunk, my friend. Billy Richmond III on that one. Oh, wow. Florida, you got to hang on to it, son. Navigate that post. Yep. They're going to call that ever since the whole fiasco on the bench. I would say the whistles are going to be out. They have found the whistles. Oh, wow. TV timeout in Gainesville. That's fascinating. What is Virginia Tech going to do? They're down 7 with 11 left, and they are at the line. So there's kind of that. That's what we're on. Phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. I have a feeling that Todd Golden ain't emptying the bench tonight, my friends. After that little exchange, no way he's emptying the bench. What are we looking for? 15-day. All right. Looks like we're going to get snow in the second week of March. That's awesome. I love it. Both SEC games at the TV timeout at the moment. But yeah, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Wow, pretty contentious. Patino up 30 in the Garden. The Johnny's got that thing locked up. Never a question, I would say. Gators winning baseball. Also, yeah, there is. I think they beat Miami today. Oh, Bob Chesney. Wow. All right, here we go. What do we got? So Ole Miss up 6. Got to see what they got going here. Another 3-ball. No. All right. Auburn to the cup. They cut it to 4. Ole Miss needs an answer. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Nah, I can't buy another basket at the rim. I was eventually thinking the first team that gets to 80 wins this game. Okay. Rebels taking their time. Baylor getting hacked. All right. It's another one. Florida about to go up 65-40. Arkansas not feeling it. I think these teams will meet again down the road. Probably in Nashville. The post-game press conferences are going to be fascinating. Definitely going to be watching Cal tonight. Arkansas offensive rebound. No, denied. Florida back with it. Auburn trying to conserve some time here. Gonna get fascinating, gonna get interesting down the stretch. Auburn player slips. Jump ball. Oh, man. Okay. Fighting in the post. That could have been a possession going the other way for the Rebels. It just didn't pan out. So Auburn to the line. We got a review in the Florida Arkansas game as we're sitting here currently. Missed it, but Auburn gets it back. Where's the contact at? Oh, wow. That was oh, yeah. He elbowed him in the side. Going to get fascinating here at Gainesville. Going to be a pretty contentious ending here. See what Ole Miss can do here. 71-67. 6-7. Jump ball. Not ideal. North Carolina only up 6 on Virginia Tech. So there's kind of that. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Where are we at? Florida gets another one. They go up 27, 15 minutes left. Nope. Another foul on Arkansas. That puts them at 8. Rolling into the double bonus area. All right. St. John's, Villanova, 40 seconds left. Oh, missed it. All right. USF has come storming back. Baylor hasn't scored for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to see if this is. All right. Wow, they called a foul on Baylor. Oh, boy. Florida goes up 30 on Arkansas. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 if you want to get your call in. Just very, very fascinating stuff we got going here. I didn't think Florida was going to. I think they're going to keep shooting the 3 ball. They ain't pulling the dogs off. Arkansas been stuck at 40 points for a while now. Yep, I get to 41 now. The Arkansas players visibly frustrated. It's not going their way. Baylor snaps the scoring drought. They're up 4. I will say Arkansas is playing hard. They're making Florida work for it at least. What is going on here? A lot of jumbledness. Auburn to the line, 3:20 left in that. Auburn down 2. Huh. Arkansas finally gets back to put one back. Ole Miss hits a huge bucket. 2:57 left. Florida with another 3. I think they're going to hang 100 on them, or at least try to. Called a foul. What a 3 ball. Baylor keeps scoring it, which is good for me. Wow. Ole Miss 10 of 23 from the line, or from 3. Florida. Ooh, almost got it. As it sits right now, Joe Lenardi, they just showed the graphic that Auburn is one of the last 4 out. It would be in Auburn's best interest to win. Okay, what's Arkansas got cooking here? Nothing doing. Oh, Auburn ball. $11 minutes to go. Oh, they're going to review that possession in TV timeout under 12. USF down 2 with 1:50. Can Baylor hold on? I think that's off Auburn, to be completely honest. Yeah. So USF gets a stop. Baylor comes up short. TV timeout and a review. That's always awesome. Awesome for the live streaming. We'll be with you for a little bit of the post game, have a little post game action. But it's going to be pretty much solely caller dependent. Baylor. Oh, wow. What a shot. USF down 2. And a miss. And a foul. 25 seconds left in the Baylor USF game. Ole Miss going the other way. Auburn scores. Is that an and one? Oh, no, Rebels. I can't believe they called that an and one. Awesome. Oh, they're going after it. He misses the 1-1. Ole Miss has got it. Ole Miss up 3. Just about 2 minutes. Oh, wow. Just takes him out. Tie ball game. Baylor, I believe, was up 10 at one point. Oh, wow. No shot clock. What do you got drawled up? Oh, wow. Is that a foul? Ooh, 3 seconds. Yikes. Oh, boy. Big shots coming. Official review going on in on the Ole Miss game here. Oh, gotcha on that deal. Fernando Mendoza says, I'm unemployed. I have no job. Interesting, Fernando. They got to hit 1. Oh, Florida couldn't buy one. Arkansas answers back. Ole Miss up 4. 2 minutes. Baylor. Oh, who's that off of? Oh, it's Florida ball. All right, what do you like here? Your best side out of bounds. Yeah, he got stuffed. Looks like North Carolina's going to hang on. We'll delete the Johnnies out of the multi-box. I guess we could put some Lakers in there. See what that's doing. All right. No Steph Curry, and Golden State is getting crushed. TV timeout. Wow, 11 minutes left in this. Baylor has no timeouts. USF has no timeouts. So there's kind of that. Also, Ole Miss up 4. Chris Beard, 2 of 2 of challenges tonight. Todd Golding, I think, is getting them motivated. Lakers crushing the Warriors. All right. Oh, wow. Almost threw it away there. That was a horrendous shot. Ole Miss gets it back, though. Minute 17. A basket here for Ole Miss is a... Oh, that's a death sentence for Auburn. Fouled him on the shot in the Baylor game. A minute left. No. Said he stepped on the line. That is tough stuff. All you need here for Baylor is to hit all three. If you hit all three, that puts the pressure on them big time. Auburn turned it over 14 times tonight. And Baylor sneaks out with a 1-point win. Wow, what a heads up thinker. Shoots it off the rim. By the time they get to it, time expires. Baylor victorious. Auburn, 49 seconds left. They're down 6. Not impossible, but them getting that bucket was huge. Oh, there goes the Auburn student section filing out, hitting the turnstiles. Yep, the fans are starting to come back as dressed as empty seats. USF was caught off guard. He shot it off the rim. What a heads-up play. Arkansas 49, Florida 76. A lot of behooved Auburn fans tonight. Not shocked by that. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Also, if you're new to the program, do us the biggest favor and hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. Florida just can't quite finish at the rim. Got a little Grand Canyon Utah State action. GCU. Ole Miss just trying to get it cleared. They got a 6-point lead. There's the foul. Florida, another basket. The Gators. Also, we got ball on all night. UC Santa Barbara about getting ready to take on UC Davis. Utah State got a packed house. Ten minutes to go in the Florida game. Let me check. See what I got going. What do I have open still? Florida. St. Mary's coming up. Yeah. Baylor. That's a pretty good payday. All right. Arkansas misses. Ole Miss up 6, 80-74. Ole Miss at the line right now. Yeah, Florida just broke 80 points. Oh, wow. They call that and one. Yep. All kinds of Auburn folks just hitting the turnstiles. Oh. What's up, Joe? Oh, just watching Arkansas getting dismantled. Ole Miss, I think, just torpedoed. I think they've torpedoed Ole Miss's, or not Ole Miss. Ole Miss torpedoed Auburn's chances to get, to get into the tournament. I think it's done for Auburn. Yeah, it's on the SEC network. Yeah, this is going to be. Go ahead. Oh, that slaughter has been over for a little bit. Well, I think it's the loss of Jay Wright and them trying to get the program back on track. But it's kind of like with. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, I got you. I'm not. I I think it's a. I think it's a delicate balance. I I think I think a I think a good example of it is um look at Auburn, how they've kind of buckled with Stephen Pearl being a first-time head coach. I think that's fascinating, and then also you draw it to um, their. It's tough. Um, I think that Auburn's going to struggle to make the tournament. As I'm watching the game right now, their fans are hitting the turnstiles big time, and it's over. It is over down there on the plains. Ole Miss 85, Auburn 79. A lot of the people at Auburn are looking in disbelief, but I think the bigger story coming out of tonight, Todd Golding, the Florida coach, and John Calipari had words on the sideline this evening. I don't know if. No, he's the head coach at Arkansas. Um, um, it was contentious. Something had happened. There was there was a scrum for the basketball at the end, and I think somebody got elbowed, and Calipari was chirping, but the camera wasn't on him; it was on Todd. They were doing the review, and Todd Golding started chirping back at Calipari, and Calipari walked over there like he was going to do something, and then you could see it on the telecast where Todd Golding mouthed, "I'll knock that motherfucker out." So, oh yeah, I think Coach Cal's like 67. He's old enough to sign up for Social Security. So, it's not the first time Calipari's had a run in. I mean, if you remember way, way back in the day when him and John Chaney got into it at the press conference, and John Chaney told him he was going to kick his ass, which I wouldn't mess with John Chaney, the longtime Temple coach. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, he was a hell of a coach there at Temple. Uh, so yeah, we're braving the off season here on the Andre Duke show. Anything you're particularly looking forward to this off season, Joe? You gonna watch some college baseball? Oh yeah, I think you're gonna see a couple more FCS teams move into FBS. I think you're gonna see about 5 to 6 more, and I think you're gonna see some D3s move. I think they're all gonna try to move up. I don't think people are moving down. I think it's gonna be crabs in a bucket, and I think at some point it's gonna be because I think now the requirement to come to the FBS is they're basically making you pay a huge fee to whatever conference you think you're going to join. So they're making the FCS schools kind of put their money where their mouth is, um, which I don't necessarily hate that because you don't want to get into the position of you bring these teams in, they're collecting a paycheck and they're not investing it into the program to put a decent product out there. You don't want like an LSU basketball. So, right. Oh, the Iowa, Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I oh wow. I think I think yeah. Yeah, I think the girls basketball thing, if they just market it right, they could make money at it. I think a lot of it has to do with marketing investment. It just there's a lot there. I mean, if you look at sports throughout the history of the United States, back in the 30s, the top sports were horse racing, boxing. Nobody cared about the NFL, Major League Baseball. Ooh, we got a fight going on, Joe. Got a fight. North Carolina, Virginia Tech had some players tangled up, coaches on. Yeah, they just separated everybody. Cooler heads are Oh, I would say you're getting the West Coast bias because there's 55 seconds left in the game, but oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what we got going on. Grabbed his jersey. Yeah. It gets yeah. I I got the setup going. Also, what I got going on, um, I also got Grand Canyon, Utah State on there. Uh, gonna be switching up the multi box and see if there's any other games. We got yeah. I think the yeah. Yeah, they got I got the oh yeah, I didn't realize it until the other day. Mark Matson's the coach at Cal at Berkeley. I didn't realize that until the other day until I seen his name. And then also we got Mountain West action, Nevada taking on UNLV. Oh wow. Florida kid he just got blocked by the rim. He got stuffed by Remy Rim. The Florida game is way out of hand. It is yeah, yeah, Remy Rim broke him. Yeah, oh man. That'll be a good laugh on film for him. I guess Arkansas assessed a flagrant one because of the shove. I whenever I seen Golding and Calipari jawing at each other, I just said you're gonna see they're gonna hang 100 on them. And there's yeah. Oh yeah. The go I didn't know Steph Curry wasn't playing tonight for Golden State. I got that NBA game on as well. But we got the Florida getting another and one. Wow. They are I bet it big. As soon as I seen the fight, I threw a 50 burger on minus 22.5. So, oh yeah, when I'm watching basketball, I love betting basketball live. Looks like North Carolina's going to hang on there. Virginia Tech kind of gave them a scare, but I knew Florida wasn't calling the dogs off. I knew they were they. It's 78-86, but they gave them a scare. A lot of people don't realize it, but an underrated venue that's hard to play at is Utah State because they about sell every game out. So, but yet, Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just bet St. Mary's plus 2.5. I think they may win it outright. S- yes, yeah. I was gonna ask you, St. Mary's. That's is that in Northern California? Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Because I knew it was up north somewhere. I I couldn't think because I knew it was super close to uh it was kind of on that Oregon border, like up in that neck of the woods. Oh, it's okay. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Because that's pretty much where the St. Mary's is at. That's pretty much your neck of the woods, ain't it? Ah, gotcha. Oh, nice. Ooh, we got blood drawn. Yeah, we got blood drawn. Florida player cracked his head on the ground. He had to go back to the locker room. 99-66 Florida at the line. Wow. A lot of people were not picking Florida to win. I mean, it was a 10-point spread, but a lot of people don't think Florida can repeat. I think they can definitely repeat. Although he does have a sharp blazer. I like that plaid whenever they show him. I like the plaid, man. But oh yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming you've seen him crack his head on the floor. Hopefully that kid's okay. He got he got up he got up pretty good, but Florida and Todd Golding just they got it rolling right now. I know Michigan's going to be good, but I think that for all that being said, I think Florida's they're the champ until they're not. So I know some people will totally. Yeah, they won it all last year. Yeah, I think they'll either repeat or they'll get pretty damn close. Well, it yeah, the college basketball rankings are really volatile because I think most people have the football brain when it comes to basketball because they think if you lose one game, in the same way in college baseball, like if you lose a midweek, they think you should fall out of the top 25, and that's not necessarily true. S- So, right. Yeah. It's going to be I yeah, they got they, I think that college college football's going to have to start at the beginning of August. I just think it's going to have to that first weekend in August. Well, yeah. Or a 16 team playoff, you mean? I was I was what I was here was my proposal on the 16 game or 16 team playoff. You move um you move the season to the beginning of August. If you want to have conference championship games, whatever. But it's a lot of money for the conferences. I get why they do it. So, with that being said, if you move it to the beginning of August, well, because for well, here's the argument on what the Big 10, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 will tell you. They make a ton of money from corporate sponsors because that's what it is that week. Like when I would go to the Big 10 championship game, it was just corporate money everywhere. And the Big 10 can't turn that down. Now, now my proposal is that you take all those bowl games, the GoDaddy Bowl, the Music City Bowl, which that just folded up. If you take if you take all those bowl games that are destination spots and you sell it to the conferences, is that if you make the playoff, you're going to get 2 rounds of home playoff games if you're the higher seed. You play all the bowl games in the first week of August. You make them whatever you want to make them. So you know how the bowl games are at the end of the year, right? You take the cheese Yes. You take the Cheez It Bowl, you take all these bowl games and you play them week 1 and you have whatever teams on the schedule. You take, let's say Notre Dame plays Wisconsin. You play it at Soldier Field or Green Bay, or I think that's where it's at. They play them at Green Bay. You make that the GoDaddy Bowl, and you have all your corporate money there. And it's pretty much a neutral site anyway. I mean, it's in Wisconsin, but the weather will be good. They can't make that argument, in my opinion, about the weather because it's at the beginning of the year. You play all those bowl games at the beginning of the year in week 1. You get those. No, No. Now, for the semifinals of the playoff, you will still keep the bowl games. You'll keep the Fiesta, Orange, Sugar, and Rose as semifinal games, and you can rotate them however you please. Yeah, and the Peach Bowl too. So, and they just rotate it between those destinations with the big bowl games. I know the other bowls will complain, but you rotate it with those because ESPN owns all the rights to everything for bowl season anyway. Get their cut. And then so it would entice universities to play in bowl games. And you put it at the beginning of the year, and then once you have the season moved up, because I don't think it's not going to be any hotter August 7th than what it is August 23rd, in my opinion. So you have that. You get the regular season completely done. It's going to be done by mid-November. If you want to have conference championship games, you can throw those conference championship games in there the week of Thanksgiving or the week before, and then December 7th, normally when the conference championship games start, will be the first round of the playoffs. Yes, and then you have 2 rounds. Yes, so you would have 4 games on Friday, 4 games on Saturday. And then you move it to where January 1st, New Year's Day, is the end of the college football season. It doesn't disrupt the academic calendar because the first 2 weeks can be portal season. Then you can move spring ball to March and you have your roster set. You move camp up probably 3 weeks and I think it solves it. Yeah. Well, you might. Yeah. Yeah. I think that Thanksgiving weekend would work. And then you just play the conference championships the weekend before. It would move games around, but I think it fixes the calendar. It's better than playing it January 25th. It would be a rigid schedule. Yeah. Mm, but you'd have to remember all your non-conference games would be done. You would have to play 9 games in 2 months. Well, you could also you could make the argument that the conference championship game saved Clemson the first year of the 12-team playoff because they weren't getting in if they didn't win it. That's, I think, where now well, here's you know how you know now here's the here would be the argument on that, because if Virginia wins the ACC championship game, I think they would have put Virginia in over Miami. No. Well, that was the criteria last year, because it would have got weird because Virginia was ranked high enough, and I think if they would have won the ACC, they would have ranked Virginia ahead of Miami, and Miami would have been the odd man out too. Well, well, they had two going into the conference championship game. So the conference championship game kept Virginia out, but it would have put them in if they would have won, and Miami would have been the odd man out. You see what I'm saying? Because they, even though they were 10-2, well, yep, Vandy went 10-2 in the SEC and they didn't get in. So I think that, yeah, it's turning into and you put them in. Well, here's where I think they're going to go. I don't know if Tony Petitti's going to get his way on it, but I feel like they want so badly a 2014 playoff because the Big Ten wants locked into those spots. That's what Tony Petitti's trying to do. Is he's trying to make, and I get it from a certain standpoint. It's why the NBA expanded their playoffs to keep teams in it engaged longer, because midway through the year, half your conference typically has no shot of making the playoff. But if you expand the playoff, you get other teams that have a shot at it. But well, just but I I think oh yeah, that's a oh yeah. 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 Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Oh yeah. So I guess we've been going for about 2 hours, 30 minutes. The Florida game's over. I got St. Mary's Gonzaga on. I got the West Coast Swing on right now. We got UNLV, Nevada. Um, uh, uh, I think I'll probably shut the podcast down, and it sounds like beer 30 to me. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back Monday. I took St. Mary's plus 2.5, and we'll see how it shakes out. But I got that on TV1. Joe, do you got anything else before we fold up shop for the evening? Yeah. Typically this will be my last thing, but yeah. Oh yeah. My last thing is that the way the seasons roll for me is college football is still a huge part of the show, but typically college basketball doesn't start for me until a week after the national championship. And then after March Madness, that's when college baseball starts because it's right around in the mid of conference play, and it's right around the NCAA tournament starts for baseball, which I think that's great. I love watching the regionals, the super regionals, and then by the time the College World Series is over, you got like a week or two until camp starts and everybody with their predictions. So there's kind of that. The calendar never stops in the college world. Yeah, Major League Baseball going. So that's kind of, oh, yeah. So it's going to be the sports calendar is packed. It's just about what you make of it. So there's kind of that. Joe, good chatting with you, man. And we'll talk soon. All right, Joe. Yep. Have a good one, man. Bye. Longtime listener Joe. He's been with us since the beginning, pretty much, of the podcast. So Joe always gets a good time to talk about what's on his mind. Florida completely destroys Arkansas, so there's kind of that. Ole Miss sneaks one out. Maybe they ended Auburn's season. We'll have to see. But with that being said, if you made it this far into the program and enjoy the content, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will talk to you Monday night. Richie will be on the program, and we will see you then. Have a good night, everybody.